What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Willie Gay's been having a great camp. I've heard that Pete Ward's been having a really good camp. And then we all know that like we would all take a bullet for Demario Davis.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's play. Let's use Willie Gay on that linebacker position. Let's see what he has got to say.
We definitely can now. It's me and Pete on the outside, no matter what position, Will or Sam, or either one of us, there's nothing we can't do. You know, I feel like we can cover, we can blitz, we can tackle, you know. Obviously not perfect, but if you want us to play out in space, we can. If you want us to play in the box, we can. So we definitely want to get it to the point where we're playing more three linebackers in the box at all times. But, you know, it's a scheme thing, you know, whatever works and whatever helps us win.
But obviously what you showed them in training camp can help make that happen, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So we're definitely trying.
And do you want to hear what Dennis Allen had to say? Like, because I don't know if it's the same, if they're on the same page.
Yeah, Willie Gay, of course, coming over a second-round pick from Mississippi State. He's been in Kansas City for a few years now, so definitely a guy who knows how to win. Two-time Super Bowl champ. Here's what DA had to say about that crew.
Yeah, I think Pete's had a really good start to the camp. Yeah, I think there's going to be some competition at the linebacker spot. Whether that be for linebackers 1, 2, and 3, is it for linebackers 4, 5, and 6? You know, I think that's a room that's got some guys that, you know, have some ability, and now they just got to be able to come out here and show it on a consistent basis.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. He must be a physical freak, Jake. I didn't realize this from his time in college. So he was at Mississippi State 17 to 19. As a junior in 19, he played in only 5 games, and he missed 8 games due to a suspension. And then when 2020 rolled around, he just skipped his senior season and went in the draft. He got drafted second round by the Kansas City Chiefs. So a pretty strong group there, because Pete Warner's apparently been having a very good camp. And again, DeMario's awesome. So excited to see that. That's an upgrade. Willie Gay is for this New Orleans Saints team. Everybody's hoping that Trevor Penning can upgrade his level of play. There was a great piece. I can't remember if it was Noel.com. I think it was, where basically Teron Armstead's been working a ton with Trevor Penning. Armstead, of course, plays for the Dolphins now, and as Armstead says, it has nothing to do with the Saints, but he loves seeing other guys succeed. And this is something you see more and more in the NFL nowadays. Like, who does Travis Kelce do that tight end camp with?
George Kittle.
Yes, it's Kittle. Yeah, actually, maybe it's Kittle that does it and Kelce goes, but Kittle runs it, right? I know Armstead's been a part of the, like, and then Von Miller does, like, the Pass Rusher Summit, where they get all the young guys out there, try to teach them the way. And then Teron Armstead and them have been the O-line masterminds, right? So this summer, Penning got with Armstead, and basically Armstead said there were about, like, 15 different things. Like, there was a ton of stuff that he was doing wrong that was putting him in bad positions. And so they slowly had to peel it back one by one. And it wasn't just physical, it was mental as well. Penning having a lot of trouble with the one snap and clear golden mantra. So Armstead tried to help him fix these bad habits, create good habits, and work through it. And one of the key parts has been trying to find a way to be more confident. This is Penning 1 here, Alondra. Here's Trevor Penning on his kind of mentals, his confidence going into the year.
I feel a lot more confident for sure. I feel like I'm not afraid to make really a mistake. I mean, obviously you don't want to make mistakes, but I feel like mistakes are kind of how you learn. And I think the previous 2 years, I think I've been, you know, it was hard to kind of making a mistake kind of bothered me, but now it's kind of like a learning moment. You can learn from it, flush it, and, you know, use it and try never to make it again, but use it to learn and keep going.
Sounds a lot like the football golden rule. Sounds a lot like we were talking about yesterday, trying to get better at NCAA 25, right? You got to be willing to fail as long as you just weaponize those failures and use them as tools to improve and to try to get better.
That is not how I thought Trevor Penning would sound.
Yeah.
Just not.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever really heard him talk before.
No. Sounds like Taylor.
Looks like Taylor, too.
Dude, everybody looks like me.
You white,
I
you Taylor.
want some more confidence in Trevor Penning's voice.
He doesn't have any. That's the point. He's a shattered man that's trying to build back up.
But you can't be that and be successful. I know he's trying to get rid of the last couple of years, but you haven't even played enough for your confidence to be down.
I mean, he got his ass whipped pretty good last year. I mean
but
there were games where my guy was out there. It was like watching somebody drown that doesn't know how to swim, and you were just desperately hoping that he could scramble onto the life raft that you threw him. It was what was the worst game last year? Who somebody put him in an absolute blender, but I'm blanking on who it was. I don't know. It felt like it happened a couple times. And then like the injuries, all the noise, being a first round pick. Now he's switching from left to right as well, which is going to be different. Here's what Penny had to say about making that switch.
But from the moment I figured out I was switching to now, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable. I feel like even going to the left side now would be a little weird. It'd be kind of all backwards there. So, but it's been good so far. Just keep working every day and getting more comfortable with it.
I don't love that. I mean, going back to the left side shouldn't be weird. You trained your whole life there. I'll be doing this right side thing for a little bit. In terms of Penning struggling the first 2 years, obviously a lot's on this year. Here's Trevor Penning on just how important this season is for him.
Very important. Very important for sure. I mean, the first 2 years, it's not what I really wanted. So I want to go out there and show, what I can do. Because I know I can. I just got to do it.
The run blocking is the shocking thing with Trevor Penning. Pass protection has not been great. You mentioned it. The Texans gave him hell last year. That was the last game that he started. But in the run game, he's been so poor. Graded out at 49% last year in the run game. That was supposed to be the thing that was like day one, put him in, plug and play, run game.
Yeah.
And he's got enough pass protection skills where we can maybe work with him a little bit, get him to where we need to get him, catch him up to speed. But in the run game last year, like 58, 33, 48, 50, 49, 58, 59, 59. It's been bad. Like, that's been the most surprising thing with Trevor Penning. Not being able to stay healthy, that's one thing. But what we saw at the Senior Bowl down in Mobile was he's ready for that portion of the NFL like right now, and he's been lost.
Yeah, I think, again, and it was a Rod Walker piece on NOLA.com, but again, I want to find the exact quote that Armstrong. Here's what Teron Armstead said about Trevor Penning. Quote, his struggles came from a lot of areas. When I first saw him and started working him, there were like 15 things that were reasons he would get beat or lose or not be in the right spot. So we had to peel back some layers. So it was completely broken, Jake. Yeah. Not a little broken. I mean, 15 things. That means his stance isn't correct. What he's identifying pre-snap isn't correct in terms of what the defense may do. His first step, hand placement, punch. Like, this sounds a bit like a complete rebuild. Now, that's a bit of, I would say, a criticism of, you could say, of Saints scouting, of Saints development. If you want to say Doug Marrone, Doug Marrone's been a great coach in the NFL at times. So we all know Marrone could coach, but for whatever reason, him and Penning it did not work out there. And so here's to hoping that Teron Armstead can start to fix some of those things. But yeah, talking bad stances, lunging, being overly aggressive. Those are all things that can get you killed in the run and the pass game.
Well, a lot of that probably because at Northern Iowa, he could get away with that.
Yeah, for sure.
He could do those things, and he was bigger and he was stronger than anybody he played against almost every time. You can't do that in the NFL. Now, again, he got me in the Senior Bowl because he was such a mauler. I'm like, okay, well, those things, they matter, but maybe not as much because of his grit and his toughness. And I haven't seen any of that. Like, that's been the most surprising thing. Like, his confidence is so low right now that even the thing that made him intriguing down in Mobile, that's even gone.
It's tough to be it's tough to play mean and nasty when you're getting your ass kicked. You know?
Yeah.
Like you just become like a chihuahua barking out there. Nobody respects a Chihuahua's bark.
Why you hating on Chihuahuas?
I mean, you're not afraid when a Chihuahua's yapping at you.
Oh no, there's some ankle biters.
If get any big dog breed, you know, if a Doberman, a boxer, if a boxer is barking at you in the same way that a Chihuahua does, you're not telling me you're actually scared. Whereas if it's a Chihuahua, you're annoyed. So how's Trevor Penning supposed to be? How's he supposed to play confident and mean and talk trash when he's just getting his ass kicked the whole time? He doesn't play corner. He doesn't have that in him.
I don't have it on the sheet because I didn't think you'd talk about it, but he talked about his relationship with Armstead if you want.
Oh, yeah, you got it?
Yeah.
You got it ready? Yeah, hit it. Give me
This after OTAs, he was down there training in Frisco.
Mastermind.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, what's that been like? 'Cause obviously, he had a ton of success here. So, like what kind of did he try to help you out with?
A lot of technique. A lot of the mental side of it. Like a plan is almost kind of what he was trying to help me with. Was kind of develop a plan before you even get to the line of scrimmage. What you're going to do to them and not let the rusher dictate what you're going to do. So taking more of a offensive approach and being the guy who kind of sets the tone over what he's going to do. So,
what in the world was Doug Marrone teaching this cat? I mean, it just sounds like he was being completely passive and reactive, as opposed to ever trying to dictate to the opponent. Shout out to Ron Armstead, man. If Trevor Penning gets better this year, it sounds like Teron Armstead could be key in that.
Yeah, but that's day one. Hey, we're going to take something away from this rusher.
Yeah,
we're going to take away the inside, or we're going to make sure we dictate where he goes, and so we're ready with our offhand. Like, what?
Yeah, not having a plan is pretty crazy. Walking to the line.
And you got to know your rushers. You got to know tendencies. You got to know, all right, here's what this guy likes to do, so here's my plan. And then when he counters off my plan, I got to have this. Like, that's day one college football.
Yeah. So,
certainly in the NFL.
Here's to hoping. Look, sometimes things have to be, sometimes you have to be willing to accept very obvious things in order to improve.
And typically the rookie is the person that puts together the package of rushers. Every team I was on, the rookie would go see who you're going against. They would give you the full report. Hey, standing in front of the room, this guy likes to bull rush when he goes against backs. When he goes against tight ends, he likes to use the spin move. When he goes against tackles, he likes to use the up and under. Like, that's rookie's responsibility. So he's a young player, so like he's getting the plan together. So like all of that we just heard, that makes it even more surprising.
Yeah. So look, maybe Trevor Penning gets it together this year, It definitely shows you, though, all of this sound and these stories like Rod Walker wrote and others. It definitely shows you that it's even more broken than I thought. And it looked pretty broken last year at times. Wow. Just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.